The Lucid Institute was founded by Bartholomew Sterling in ancient times, back when there was no metacognition, back before things even had sex with each other, back when the cosmos was mainly pregnant potential. And I know, you're wondering how a being like Bartholomew Sterling could have intentionally chosen to create the Lucid Institute back when nothing was aware of being aware, how choice could even exist back then. But here's the catch. Things don't have to be meta-conscious to make choices. Plants sense obstructions to their roots and redirect. Elephants hold funeral ceremonies for each other, and who knows, maybe they're meta-conscious too. Nevertheless, Bartholomew certainly enjoyed the early universe, despite or because of how alarming it was, the exact environmental conditions that enveloped and produced him, and the exact conditions of his state as potential finagled their way into what became the Lucid Institute, which from its earliest incarnations did what it does now, roused experiencing subjects to sense that novelty and creativity are fundamentally central to nature's personality. In fact, one could even argue that the Lucid Institute played a part in planting a seed for metacognition in the first place, since it introduced the practices of play, experimentation, and observation. Imagine this, a flock of electrons playing a prank on their cousins. What's bonkers is that initiates into the Lucid Institute dwell on countless planets and countless solar systems, and though the details of the collective and solo experiments, events, ceremonies, outings, and voyages vary from planet to planet, the first initiation is always the same. Write a letter to a stranger, a letter that envisions the person who will find it and speaks directly to the most enchanted and lucid parts of them. A curated synchronicity, a free gift, a mysterious reaching out, a poetic contact with the other. The letter is left in public for whoever finds it first. Leave it in a place that you would want to find a letter like that, and imagine what you would want to find in it. Now, of course, the archive of Lucid Institute letters is much larger than all of the combined data on the World Wide Web on this planet. And the archive is, of course, missing trillions of letters that were never found or documented. And since you're probably already wondering, I'll go ahead and say it. Before written language, the Lucid Institute constructed inventive ways to leave novel traces of communication to strangers. Bartholomew, for example, once built an underground chamber that has naturally harmonizing sounds permeating through it, and whoever's been fortunate enough to find the hidden entrance has come out of the chamber with the newfound gift of not separating things anymore, but seeing how one thread removed would unravel the whole garment. When all is said and done, the Lucid Institute will be properly understood as deathless. So go ahead, create your own name, and sign your letter with it. Throw Lucid Institute events where you can't say the same thing twice. Host a reading where politicians have to read surrealist poetry for large audiences. Pretend you are actually perfect for one evening. Create a study group dedicated to learning the history of keys. The options are, as you can see, infinite. Now, imagine that somewhere off Earth, a Lucid Institute practitioner is imagining you, and they probably haven't even heard of Earth, but guess what? You can still leave gifts for them as they can still leave gifts for you. The why not factor is far too vast to fall back asleep now.